The best lessons in relationships that you can provide for your child come from modeling through your own relationships. But let's face it, we've all made mistakes, and sometimes we've made those mistakes right in front of our children. Fortunately, modeling healthy relationships can include how we handle those mistakes after the fact, as we learn from and recover from our own mistakes. We can also model healthy relationships by our relationships with our children. If our children know they are loved and respected within their homes, they are far less likely to abuse or be abused later. It's not foolproof, but it is important. In a moment, I'll ask you to take a moment and write down as many thoughts as you can about what you feel is most important for relationships to be healthy, particularly romantic relationships. What you write down will be the core of what you want your child to learn, the things that are most important to you. I want you to come back to what you wrote down about once per month so that you are grounded in what really matters to you for your child. You can change this as you come across new things that you hadn't remembered or as new lessons come into your life. Okay, go ahead and take a moment to think about and write down what is most important to you. Then we'll show you some things that we think are important too. Okay, I'm hoping some of what you wrote down included things like consideration, joy, fun, adventure, commitment, compromise, equality, grace, respect, patience, compassion, interdependence, friendship, trust, and honesty. Remember that if you don't feel like you've modeled these well in your own romantic relationships, you can model them in your relationship with your child as well. It's great for our children to see that we are always growing, always learning new things. These are elements you want in your child's relationships. So as your child is building friendships and eventually romantic relationships as well, keep an eye out. Is she spending most of the time on the phone with her boyfriend, crying or laughing? Is he spending most of his time with his girlfriend alone or with mutual friends? If we take the time to express our joy when we witness healthy relationships in their lives, we are in a better position to address unhealthy relationships when we see them. Of course, before things like joy and fun and adventure are possible in a relationship, respect has to exist as the foundation. Take a moment and pause the recording to write down what respect means to you. One of the most important aspects of a healthy relationship for us at Sarah is respect. It is so important that both partners in any relationship know that they have the right to make their own choices and be loved and treated with kindness and respect. Especially in our current cultural climate, where girls and boys are often separated and treated so differently. It is especially important for children to respect and experience respect from people of a different gender than themselves. Find as many ways as you can to demonstrate healthy, cross-gender respect and kindness, even if you are not currently in a romantic relationship, through non-romantic relationships across gender as well. Not all romantic or sexual encounters happen in ongoing dating relationships, and that's generally okay. As your teen gets older throughout high school and college, although in some communities it starts in middle school, it is important for you to stay clued into your teen's life and be aware of whether or not she or he is engaged in what some people are calling the hookup culture. This is a phrase that describes the current teen and young adult way of engaging in sexual behavior outside of relationships, and sometimes even within friendships that aren't dating relationships. Studies have found that more than 60% of sexually active teenagers will eventually have sex with someone they are not dating. You don't need to be terrified about your child one day engaging in hooking up, but there are a number of risks associated with this practice. The overwhelming majority of hookup experiences include alcohol use by both partners, which creates a high risk for sexual abuse to occur. Additionally, about half of those who reported hookups that included sexual intercourse did not use or were less likely to use a condom. A person's level of self-esteem has been found to be related to whether he or she is likely to hook up. Most studies have found that men and women with lower self-esteem or self-worth hook up more often and have more partners. The dashed hopes and lowered expectations that may result from hookup relationships can have negative effects on young adults' psychological well-being. Hooking up may keep adolescents and young adults from practicing relationship skills and competencies that can carry forward to more long-term relationships. Take some time to review the information that follows and consider how you might use these techniques in your own family.